linear differential equations of higher order equations of higher order with constant coefficients. Higher order means differential equation of the form of order 2 or more, okay, is called higher order. That means a differential equation of the form a naught into d to the power of ny by dx to the power of n, a1 d to the power of n minus y by dx to the power of n minus 1, a2 d power n minus 2y by a x to the power of dx to the power of n minus 2, a3 d to the power of n minus 3y by dx to the power of n minus 3, and so on. Okay, an constant equal to q of x, where q of x is a function. Okay, suppose q of x is 0, equal to 0, then this higher order differential equation is called homogeneous. Homogeneous higher order linear differential equation with the constant coefficients. Suppose q of x not equal to 0, q of x not equal to 0, then this linear differential equation is nothing but called non-homogeneous differential equation. Okay, so here the coefficients a1, a2, a3, so on, an. Okay, a0, a1, a2, so on, an. Already we discussed here constant coefficients. So all these are constants. Okay. Now the solution of this differential equation is of the form two types. Solution of the above differential equation is two types. One is complementary function. Okay, so complementary function or complementary solution. When q of x equal to 0, okay, then the complementary function is nothing but the solution of this differential equation. And the second one is particular integral. Okay, when q of x not equal to 0, so we have another term, that is a particular integral is also the solution of this function. Then the general solution for this non-homogeneous differential equation is both complementary function plus particular integral. Okay, clear? Okay, so this non-homogeneous differential equation having a solution of both complementary function plus particular integral. In general, particular integral is only the solution when q of x equal to 0. Otherwise, both together is the general solution of this differential equation. Okay, usually we are using differential operator. Okay, that capital D equal to d by dx. This is our differential operator. Okay, so capital D equal to d by dx is the differential operator. Then d square means d square by dx square. D cube means d cube by dx cube. Okay, d power 4 means d power 4 by dx power 4, and so on, d to the power of n minus 1. So d power n minus 1 equal to d power n minus 1 by dx to the power of n minus 1. D to the power of n equal to d to the power of n by dx to the power of n. Okay, okay, so when d equal to capital D equal to differential operator, then d square, d cube, d power 4, and so on, d to the power of n is defined like this. Therefore, this differential equation converted into differential operator form. Okay, a naught into d to the power of a naught into d to the power a naught into d square d to the power of n of y, a1 d to the power of n minus y, a1, a2 d to the power of n minus 2y and so on. Okay, this is why a n y equal to q of x. Clear? So take y as common. a0 into d to the power of n plus a1 d to the power of n minus 1, a2 d to the power of n minus 2 and so on. an of y equal to q of x. Again you observe it is d power n minus 1, d power n minus 2 and so on, d to the power of 0 form. So it is a polynomial of capital D. So write this entire function, entire expression as a polynomial of D so that it is f of D form. Okay. So f of D of y equal to q of x. Okay. Where f of d equal to this expression a0 d to the power of n, a1 d to the power of n minus 1, a2 d to the power of n minus 2 plus so on an. Okay, clear? So we are writing the non-homogeneous linear differential equation in terms of operator form is f of d of y equal to q of x. As we discussed earlier, the solution of this function is complementary function and particular integral. Now we need to find complementary function and particular integrals. Okay. Next, first one, to find complementary function. So how to find complementary function? Now you consider f of d. Okay. Let f of d equal to 0. Now we can assume d equal to small m. Then it becomes f of m equal to 0. So we have a polynomial or an equation in terms of m, that is a0 m power n, a1 m power n minus 1, a2 n to m power n minus 2 plus so on an equal to 0. Okay, so it is a polynomial, it is an equation, nth degree equation of m. Okay, so every nth degree equation having n number of solutions or n number of roots, so that this equation is also having n number of roots. So m has n number of roots. Okay, so m has n number of roots. Okay, roots are solutions, whatever it is. So those roots can say m1, m2, m3, m4 and so on mn. Okay, so the values of the solutions of m are m1, m2, m3, m4 and so on mn. Okay, so m has n number of roots, m1, m2, m3 so on mn. Okay, so m equal to m1, m2, m3 and so on, m equal to mn are roots. Okay, depending on roots, nature of the roots, the complementary function is defined. Okay, number one, if all roots are real numbers and distinct, equal. Okay, that means m1 not equal to m2, not equal to m3, not equal to so on, not equal to mn. Okay, so real and distant roots, then complementary function. Okay, CF, I am writing CF instead of complementary function, I am writing CF. Okay, YC indicates a complementary function equal to C1 e to the power of m1x, C2 e to the power of m2x, because we have m distant roots, so that we are having individual n number of roots each root is e to the power of m1x and e to the power of m2x and so on, e to the power of c3, e to the power of m3x and so on, cn e to the power of mnx. Okay, clear? So since it is a distant roots, so it has individually n number of roots. Those roots are e power m1x, e power m2x, e power m3x, e power mnx. Therefore, the complementary function is in terms of c1 e power m1x, c2 e to the power of m2x, so on, cn e to the power of mnx, where c1, c2, c3, so on, cn are arbitrary constants. Clear? So, condition, what is the condition one? If the roots are real numbers and distant roots, not equal roots, then complementary function y is equal to c1 e power m1x, c2 e to the power of m2x, and so on, cn e power mnx. Okay, this condition number 2. If the roots are repeated roots, okay, real and repeated roots. Suppose we are considering two roots are repeated. Suppose m1 equal to m2. Okay, remaining are real and distant. Remaining are real and distant. Okay, so we have the solution for real and distant roots, but we need to know m1 equal to m2. Okay, then yc equal to complement function yc equal to, okay, c1 plus x into c2 e to the power of, either you take m1x or you take m2x. So I am taking m1x. So two roots are used here, two solutions are used here, c1 with c1 and with c2. Okay, so remaining are real and distant, so that you write individually. c3 e to the power of m3x, c4 e power m4x, plus so on, cn e to the power of mnx. Okay, so just you take one note. If all roots are equal roots, so m1 equal to m2 equal to m3 equal to so on mn. Okay, so all roots are equal, real and equal. Okay, real and equal roots. So what happened? Then yc equal to c1 x c2 c3 x square c3 x cube c4 x power 4 c5 x power 5 c6 and so on, x to the power of n minus 1 cn of e to the power of, you take either m1 m2 m3 whatever it is all are equal m1x. Okay, m1x. Okay, if two roots are pair of conjugate complex numbers, so m1 equal to a plus ib, m2 equal to a minus ib, pair of conjugate complex numbers, complex number and its a conjugate, iota conjugate minus iota. Okay, so a plus ib conjugate a minus ib. So two roots are conjugate complex numbers and remaining are distant. Okay, we know real and distant solution. So here yc is c1 cos bx, c2 sin bx into e to the power of ax. Okay, so take real number in power of e power of ax and imaginary number b in form of a trigonometric function, cos bx sin bx. Okay, c1 c2, two roots are used here. So remaining are c3 e to the power of, okay, bx, c4 e power m4x plus so on cn e to the power of mnx, because two roots are used, remaining m3, m4, so on mn are real and distant roots. Okay, just you take one note. If the roots are repeated conjugate complex numbers, repeated means a plus ib, again a plus ib, a minus ib, again a minus ib. So four roots are repeated conjugate pair. So m1 equal to a plus ib equal to m2, m3 equal to a minus ib equal to m4, like that. Okay, so m1 m2 are a plus ib and m3 m4 are a minus ib. So m plus ib repeated and a plus ib repeated and a minus ib repeated, and remaining are real and distant roots. Okay, four roots are conjugate, repeated conjugate complex numbers. So you can take yc equal to four roots are repeated. C1 repeated means we have x into C2. First two roots are used. Okay, cos bx, C3 x into C4 sin bx into, so real value is a, so write e to the power of ax. So 1, 2, 3, 4 solutions are used here, and remaining are real and distant roots, so that you write c5 e to the power of m5x, c6 e to the power of m6x plus so on cn e to the power of mnx. Clear? Okay. Next, fourth one. If the roots are irrational numbers. If the roots are irrational numbers, that in the form of a plus root b and a minus root b. Okay, two roots are irrational number, and the remaining are real and distant roots. Okay, are real and distant roots. Okay, so then yc, complementary function yc equal to c1 cos h root bx, c2 sin h root bx into e to the power of ax plus, okay, two roots are used here, and the remaining are c3 e to the power of m3x, c4 e power m4x plus so on cn e to the power of mnx. Okay, if the roots are repeated, so m1 equal to m2 equal to a plus root b, and m3 equal to m4 equal to a minus root b, then the solution is yc equal to, okay, similarly c1 x c2 cos h root bx, c3 plus x c4 sin h root bx into e to the power of ax. Okay, and suppose the remaining roots are real roots, then you write like this: c3 e power m3x and so on. Okay.